Hi, this awk is about timestamps, and a couple other variables. So over here, you'll notice on the top left here that I have one file that is called TS Unix, and it has a level of error, a timestamp in Unix time, which is the number of seconds since epoch, January 1st, 1970. It has a monster, colon, and some random number, and it has a temperature. We have the same thing in a human log file, but this time the date is split out, and we have two fields actually, but the same type of deal. I made it so that the numbers in both fields are the same too. When I run the script on txunix.log, it goes through and it gives me this nice summary. So on this date, Dragon had 122 entries for a total sum of 61 and an average of 0.5. So obviously there were some negative numbers in there. And then here again, I ran it with the human log. So this one here, and we get the same thing. So how does the script do this? So over here on our purple and yellow screen, I start off and I make these two format strings. The format strings are telling how many spaces and tabs and stuff like that. Then this first one here, this printf, remember we're in the begin clause here, so this is before we're going through the logs. So this first printf, it's putting in a new line, and it's telling us, well, basically we're going to have a string in a new line, so calculate some statistics, and that's how we get this calculate some statistics over here. And then we have another one for printing out the field headers. So run through. If the current number row is greater than 1, because we don't want those headers here in the logs, those headers, we don't want them included. So if it's over 1, then we're going to check. If this is a Unix date stamp, timestamp, or a human readable one. So this $2 is saying if this field $2, we're going regular expression, and here's the boundaries of it. So it can have any character and then an actual dash, because it's escaping it out, followed by any characters. So basically we're saying, is there a dash in this field? And if there's a dash in this field, we know it's human readable. So we go through and we get the date, and it's a simple substring. From field 2, we're starting at position 2, because if you look over here, they start with brackets, left brackets, and we want 10 characters, and that's going to get us 2024-08-05. Then we want to get the monster name. We look over here at 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the fourth field. And then if we split it up based on colons, it's the first entry. So we're going to split field 4. We're going to store it in a variable called junkie, and we're going to split it off that, and then the monster equals the first field. Because it's not like Python. It starts with number 1. And if that's not true, if it is not, doesn't have a dash in it, then we're going to assume it's a Unix timestamp, and we're going to read it with this strf time. So we're telling it this is the format for field 2. Now the whole timestamp actually has the hours, minutes, and seconds in it too, but we don't care about that. We're just working with the date for this. In this case, with the Unix timestamp, there's one less field in there, so monster is in field 2, not field 4. Then we're saying the temperature is the last field of the line. That means number of fields, so number of columns. So it's doing the last one. Then we're going to add the date to the list, to the array of days, add the monster to the array of monsters, and then we're going to store them in a big array that has date, then monster, then sum, date, monster, and count. once it runs through all that, we're going to go through the end section here, and we're going to go through our day and days. So that's where we set it up here. So it's going to have all the dates in there. For monster and monster, that's where we got it here. And then we're going to grab the sum. We're going to grab the count, and I only did that to make it easier to type and to have it smaller. And if that count is 0, we don't want to divide by 0 because that'll break our script. So if the count is 0, we're going to set the average equal to dash dash, and we're going to set the sum equal to dash dash. Otherwise, the average is sum divided by count, and then we go through and print it out. And that's all there is to this script. Thank you.